I was looking up, I wasn't looking at the lens. Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone's well. Mate talk time. I have my trusted mate. Notice that I'm now relaxed. My Sicilian lady is, she's resting while I go with my ceramic. Actually on Sicilian lady, and why did I have the Sicilian lady out last week? And that was all to do with International Live Mate Talk. I'm still getting comments from everyone, which is such a cool thing. I appreciate everyone that did participate. I've now received emails from everybody who was part of that live International Mate Talk. And the one thing that is consistent across everyone is that they had a great time, that we enjoyed each other's company. It was wonderful to be able to connect. Some of the other comments that I really enjoyed was that now they could put a face to a name, so they can see, different subscribers who are commenting on a regular basis can now see who this individual is, and I thought that was pretty cool. For me, I'm a very I like seeing people. I like connecting with people, and I too was really happy to actually put faces to names. So it was a fun event. So as a result of that, and I had a feeling this might be the case, I'm going to do, and this will be an annual event, and the second week in October. So we did it on the 10th of October. I'm thinking, and these are the tin tacks, I'll work it down the line, but I'm thinking that I like the thought it was on a Monday for here, which made it a Sunday for everybody else, but as we get closer, we can work that out a bit more. But essentially, the second Monday of October will become now, officially, that was me putting a flag in the ground, International Live Mate Talk. So I'm gonna do this on a regular basis. Give me a second. The poster that I was doing, this is what it looked like. Do you know the Roman galleries? Is it called galleries? Roman galley. I think it's galley. Anyway, you've seen like Ben-Hur, those movies where there's a dude at the front go boom, 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 and it was like roar, roar, and they're all sort of rowing to that stroke. That was me. I was the boom, boom, boom to my graphic designer. And it was one of those scenarios where it was almost like Space Invaders also, the old school Space Invaders as they come down the row. And at first you're like, I got this, beep, beep, boop, boop, and you're shooting all the things. And then you missed 2 or 3 in that first row, and all of a sudden, boom, everybody comes down, and all of a sudden now it's speeding up and the music's amping up, and you're like, oh, I don't know. So that's basically what was happening to my poor graphic designer. The more, the closer we were getting to the date, the more the intensity was, and in the end, we just weren't getting to the point that I wanted to. And so I said, stop, because he was freaking out. I was freaking him out. Sorry, Andy. So what I've decided to do is I am going to loop back into that. So I haven't gone cold on it. I still like the idea because I am a collector, and I even want it just for me, to be honest, to commemorate that I actually did this in 2022. So I'm now I've got a bit more time, so I'm going to continue to evolve and see if I can create a poster that I really love. All right, so I still want to put it out. I'm going to create 10. I'm going to make them super fly, in that they're going to be on nice paper, printed beautifully. It will be embossed. I keep doing this. That's the embossing. So it'll have a nice emboss. I love this sort of stuff. This is me. I think I've mentioned I'm a very tactile. I like seeing things. So it will be embossed. It will be nice, etc., etc. And then I'll put it up for sale, and anyone who's interested can actually purchase. And it's purely for memory's sake, for my sake at least. All right, let me move on. But as a quick loop, International Mate Talk will happen on an annual basis. I want to connect with you guys. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was actually, one more thing. The brands that came on board, so Mr. George Zaharoff, Carlos from Paris Monte Carlo, and Daniel from Fragrance Du Bois also enjoyed the event. They enjoyed the vibe that was there, the ability to actually engage with the end user, with the perfume lover. So each one of them also sent me a message to say that they really enjoyed it and would be happy to do something else again. So that's definitely on the cards. I will look at, so basically we're gonna do it again. There it is. Allora, so now I released a video call on Radical Rose. If you missed that conversation, one of the things that came out, which I really enjoyed, and this was, again, why I released the episode on Radical Rose, is to talk about beautiful floral fragrances for men. Women have always been enjoying floral fragrances. I know all the women in my family, they love various different florals in their fragrance. But sometimes boys, we tend to be a little bit shy, feeling that, I guess traditionally, a floral fragrance has always been marketed and sold to women. So for a boy to wear or a man to wear, it's like, I should be wearing leathers and I should be wearing woods and stuff like that. This comment came through and I loved it. So this is from Still a Great Night. Awesome name, my friend. Still a Great Night. I mean, I love the optimism in your title. He mentioned that he too loves florals, and he wrote this, and this really resonated with me, and I wanted to, so Still a Great Night, it's all about you, my friend. And he wrote, I feel strongly that floral fragrances complement masculinity in an extremely bold and confident way. Now, when he wrote that, for some reason, I don't know why I didn't include this in my episode, but for me, it triggered in my brain the thought that, yeah, actually, I totally agree with this. I mean, I feel that it states more that I am a man wearing a floral fragrance than if I were to wear like a really heavy leather or something of that nature. And I think it's in that floral that I don't know, it brings the different facets of masculinity, because as a man you can be, you can be strong and but you can also be sensitive and you can also be sensitive to other. Look, I'm not going to get into the psychology of it, but the bottom line is that I do feel confident wearing a floral fragrance, and Radical Rose is one of those that definitely produced that. It also made me think, I've actually got a lot of floral fragrances in my collection that would, I guess, normally be marketed towards women. I wrote in my comment to Still a Great Night that whenever I go to a formal event, I actually I choose a floral fragrance, but it's instinctive and it's not premeditated. And I think, and as I was writing my comment, I'm like, why is it? Why do I wear a floral fragrance? If I'm going to a wedding or something like that, I will wear a floral fragrance. And the first thought the instant thought is because it's a, in my opinion, a sophisticated kind of scent profile for a man in a suit, a well put together man sort of thing. And then I boxed down, or I sort of opened up, unboxed it a bit more, and I thought, I know why. And that's because if I wore a really strong, heavy, male sort of leaning fragrance, heavy leather, heavy woods, anything of that nature, I feel like I'm walking around like this at the wedding, just really projecting my masculinity, So it's a bit too heavy. And I also know that just about every other man in there is going to be wearing an aromatic fragrance, because if you look at the DNA of design of fragrances, they're very much aromatic at their core. So everyone else is going to smell aromatic. So I stand out. And again, it's not, obviously we all want to stand out. All right. So maybe it is my ego that's also stepping forward. But I'm putting on a floral because I know it's going to be different to everybody else. And I'm not exaggerating. I wear a floral style fragrance and I always get complimented. I mentioned once that I was wearing Maison France's Cujon. I can never say it right, I'm so sorry. And I was wearing Oud Satin Mood, and I was getting more compliments than the bride and groom were. I mean, like everyone that came across me, like, man, you smell good. What is that? What do you smell? What are you wearing? And that has a beautiful, it's an oud with rose, and it's just this beautiful floral, rosy, with a vanilla vibe to it. It's just pure magic. Anyway, let me move forward. So I would like, gentlemen, ladies, this is for you. Gentlemen, this is some more recommendations in that floral area. Luban. So I love the house of Luban. I'm going to do an episode. I'm going to go into a lot more detail. This dates back to like 17 something. Put it this way. The original owner, Jean-Louis Farragon, that was the original owner. So this is before it was called Luban. So Jean-Louis Farragon was actually creating perfumes for Marie Antoinette. All right, so he was the royal perfumer for the French court. Along came a gentleman by the name of Jean, Now I'm stuck. Hey, I'll put it here. I know that Lubin was his surname. Francois, Jean-Francois? No, anyway. So Mr. Lubin, there we go. Mr. Lubin, he was an apprentice to Mr. Farragon, and he eventually became his own perfumer. And he created the House of Lubin. And now Lubin have some spectacular fragrances. This one here I bought very early on. It's called Gin Fizz. It's in commemoration of Grace Kelly. So released in 1955. It is the silhouette of Grace Kelly, which is, I thought, pretty cool. This is her wearing her hat. So this is her hat, and this is the silhouette of her. Bada boom. This is deemed as a soft floral. The name of the fragrance is Gin Fizz, and the idea is that it does use juniper berry and that gin sort of component, that aromatic, not aromatic, that citrus brightness, the juniper component of it in its opening. But when it settles down, when it goes into its into that dry down, you're getting more of the white florals with some musk. So it has a beautiful floral heart and then some musk, and I think there are some light woods down the bottom there. I've been wearing it today, so I'm at these. So when it opens, it's a super happy scent. This is summer, this is spring kind of fragrance. On the dry down, as I mentioned, you're just getting that slight, it's a very gentle white floral with the musk in there. Just, it's a very happy scent. Now, the boys in my family wear Gin Fizz. My wife, she wears Gin Fizz, but also the boys in my family. So yes, it's deemed as a soft floral, but there is no aldehyde, so there's no creaminess in that floral. It just stays, it's a nice, this is awesome as an office fragrance. So this is my day-to-day fragrance. This is going out, this is beautiful day, office, easy wear. It's a very easy wear. Anyway, Gin Fizz, nice floral fragrance, slight twist in that it is, slight twist is what? Slight twist is that, I don't know. I don't know why I said slight twist. Sorry, guys. All right, next one. There's no cuts, gotta keep moving. All right, I'm gonna keep moving. The next one is 400, and this is from Xerjoff. It's part of the Join the Club collection. Now, for those who are familiar with Join the Club, Xerjoff does not reveal the notes. So we have no idea what's in here, but you have an idea by smelling it. So already, as you smell it, you're like, okay, it's floral, it's this or it's that. So when this opens, now, why do I love it? Okay, so now this is deemed as a floral amber. So beautiful, incredible floral heart that stays throughout the life of the fragrance. It starts off a little bit more on a citrus, it's like a bitter orange. It's a bitter orange, a little bit of spice in there. Give it about 20 or so minutes, and all of a sudden that floral heart really begins to emerge. I've been wearing it also today. This is, gentlemen, this is pure magic. I did a video, I did an episode on this. Have a look at the commentary. But this is super sophistication. As a standout, for me, this is my suit fragrance. So I like to wear this in formal occasions. It is more of an warmer, ambery scent, so therefore it works, in my opinion, works well. Cooler weather and fall or a winter or something of that nature. It's not something that I've worn in summer or anything like that. Today it's a spring day here. It's been a very pleasant day. I have been wearing it. So it's not too heavy in the amber. It's not too ambery, but it's not a fragrance that I would reach on a summery day. Gin Fizz, 100% summery day, spring, beautiful. Cooler weather, 100% this one here. To my nose, I'm getting a very clear ylang ylang. So it has this beautiful, creamy, yellow floral in there, but when I breathe in deeply, I'm getting orange blossom, I'm getting this slight jasmine sort of scent in the air. As I said, I'm gonna say that there are some woods or something, but I'm not getting anything too deep. So there's no patchouli that I can detect, or no vetiver or anything grassy, it's just floral. It's ambery, floral. There might be some vanilla, because there is a sweetness to it, but I also know that ylang ylang creates a sweetness also because of the scent profile that flower has. Anyway, 400, gorgeous fragrance, just sophistication to the max. And the last one is This is a local perfumer. He is an independent or an indie niche perfumer. His name is Ali. His brand is called Anchor Kus. Now, this is my humble opinion. I think Anchor Kus is a sleeping giant. Anchor Kus he's got some exceptional fragrances. He is flying really, really low under the radar. But I think eventually this man is going to come forward in the sense that more and more are going to come across his brand. He is a super humble guy, really just very, just so you know, I'm going to do, we've been in contact I've been in contact with Ali, we've been communicating. I've mentioned to him that I love his perfumes. And so I'm going to do some one-on-one segments with him. So we're just trying to work things out, but we're going to do more with him. Anyway, Anchor Kus, wherever you are in the world, I know that there are some retailers in the US and in Europe that are retailing his product. Aussies, get on it. I mean, just go onto his website, have a look at his product. I think he has sample sets. Have a smell of these things. Really, really impressive. Now, this is the first one that I fell in love with. I do love the rose note. And this is Ismail Effendi, the Rose Bandit. There is a cool story behind it. I'm not going to go into it because I will do a segment on this. All I want to tell you is that if you love the rose note, so I started with Radical Rose. Radical Rose has so many facets to that rose. Ismail Effendi, or the Rose Bandit, has this fruity rose component to it. This is a happy scent. This is a fragrance which just livens your mood. It starts off very fruity, very bright on its opening. As it dries down, it does have a very berry tone to it. I believe that there is raspberry in the heart of it. However, I don't get a clear raspberry note out of it. What I'm getting instead is I'm getting a berry. So I get strawberry facets, I get raspberry facets, I get like a red currant sort of facet. Everything is juicy, everything is bright. It's just a really, and everything is rose. It is a rose style fragrance. Actually, give me 1 second, because here it is. Because I know that when it dries down, so I've been wearing it today, I feel each one of these have really awesome longevity. The one that has the longest is 400. This will take you 8+ hours. The Gin Fizz, it is a lighter fragrance, so you're probably going to get about 5-6 hours, and I find that Ismail Effendi gives me also about 5-6 hours of nice projection and nice staying power with the fragrance. The rose comes off a little, so it's not too heavy. It's not too heavy on the rose scent. It does come down. There are some woods, I believe, in the base. But I'm not going to talk much more because Ali's the expert, and I'm going to have, like I mentioned, I want to have Ali on the channel, and I want to talk about his fragrances. But for those who like a beautiful rose fragrance, something a little bit different to Radical Rose, a lot more fruitier, a lot more vibrant, a lot brighter and happy, the Rose Bandit is awesome. Bada bing, that's it. Whew, I feel like I've run a marathon again. Excuse me. Thank you, everyone. That was a funny mate talk, yeah? In that I made some mistakes, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep going. You're going to see it as it evolves out. Anyway, so I want to thank you all. Put some comments down. This mate talk today was, normally you guys sort of give me some indications to what you'd like to know about. This one, I guess, was birthed as a result of the comment from still a good night, still a good night, still a great night, still a good night, still a great night, still a great night, still a great night. So this was birthed as a result of his comment, but write down any things that you would like me to explore, check out. I'm happy to go out and do just that. Or even like, I think previously we talked about particular notes that you guys would like me to explore. So yeah, I'm happy to have a look at that too. Thanks everyone. We'll see you guys all on the next Mate Talk.